After the Las Vegas Raiders showed an ability to somewhat put points on the board in the last 4 games of the season last year with Aiden O'Connell as the starting quarterback, I'll die on this train. I'll die on this hill if I have to. There was one thing that really seemed to help out this team, and any team for that matter: the running game. And through 3 games, the Raiders have been god-awful. Awful at running the football. Right now, Zamir White's just barely over 100 yards rushing. Alexander Madison, yes, he scored, a touchdown in each of the last 3 games, but he's only got 27 yards on the ground. And then Gardner Minshew's got 18 rushing yards. Like, this ain't good. And we saw with Gardner Minshew being the starting quarterback of the Indianapolis Colts, he had Jonathan Taylor. And I think he had Zach Moss, too, if I'm not mistaken. But basically, Jonathan Taylor is one of the best young running backs in the entire NFL. Guy's a stud, right? And what do we know when it comes to the running game? It opens everything else up. And I think part of the problem with Gardner Minshew in this offense is the fact that you can't run the football. Like, your offensive line isn't getting good, or isn't doing a good enough job of getting pushed, getting separation, and and even, guys like Jackson Powers-Johnson kind of alluded to it, in his his post-game presser, kind of talking about, hey, they got to watch the tape and got to make it better. And, he actually played pretty well. We'll be making a video about him later today. But, the big thing with this offense that's really missing still is the running game. Like, we have not seen them, churn out those yards and really start to get this thing established like we need to. And part of that is game script. Like, yes, against the Panthers, they were down, so they couldn't necessarily run the football. But overall, you have under 200 rushing yards in the first 3 games. Things aren't going to be good. And, I think it really does come back to, number one, it's scheme. Luke Getsy and company, they got to get this thing right. And they also have to get these running backs right. They got to get them some space. They got to block better. They got to play call better. And so, I think top to bottom, if the Raiders want to have continued success, if they want to open up this offense, they got to get the run going. And I think moving forward, that's got to be the main focus of this entire team, is establishing the run, getting chunk plays, and then playing off of that. Because if you have a good play action, the rest of the offense and the rest of that defense, really opens up. You can attack things at all level. You can really start to try some different things, game plan a different way, and it's all predicated on the run. And the Raiders just have not done a very good job of establishing the run thus far. So I think it comes back to, like I said, you got to game plan better. It's all about play calling, and it's all about up front what the Raiders can do. I think also we'll make another video about the best outlook for the Raiders offensive line, who needs to start for the Raiders there. But overall, I think it's Dylan Parham. Need to get. He's obviously a stud at right guard right now. He's actually playing very well. And then also Jackson Powers-Johnson, now that he's back and healthy. I think he's got to replace either Cody Whitehair or Andre James at this point, because it's not pretty. Got to get the run game going. We got to get this thing figured out, and we got to go from there, because you get the run game figured out, everything else will come along with it. But overall, let us know what you guys think about the Las Vegas Raiders needing to get the running game going. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe down below, and we'll see you on the next video.